All right, so welcome to the Corner Office Podcast. I've got Justin Salazar here from the Ansar Group. I like meeting new agents, and we know each other a little bit, and we've never done a deal together, but it's nice to have you on here, talk a little bit of commercial real estate.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm sad we didn't get to do a deal yet.
Yeah, well, I don't do too much commercial.
I know.
Do you do any residential?
No, like the guys on our team do. I'm never gonna tell anyone not to make money. Like we're a lot more commercial focused, but like if someone has a residential listing or a buyer, like I'm not gonna tell them no.
So
at least right now.
Yeah. So okay, so let's get right into it. So your group, how does that work? Because I mostly do residential.
Yeah. So we focus specifically on multi-res and development land. So like apartment buildings, stuff like that. We've done a little bit of office, a little bit of retail.
Okay.
But our bread and butter is apartment buildings. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And specifically you and Jack.
Yeah. So like now we have, I'll start from the beginning, but
yeah.
We do like duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, stuff like that. But that stuff, Jack and I will refer out to the agents that work with us.
Okay.
But pretty much everything over 2 million we'll do, and anything under we'll give to them until
they're get
a little
more,
bit more.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens if someone wants to buy a townhouse? You just refer that completely away, or?
When it comes to me, like, and Jack, I know before we had agents working with us, I would just refer it to my buddy Kevin, Philippe. He's at EXP as well. So
he has a group.
Yeah.
He has a group.
So I started with him when I first joined, him and another guy, Yusuf, and then they split, and then I was with Yusuf for a bit, and then I did my own thing for a bit, and then I went to work with Jack.
Okay.
But yeah, so usually I'll refer stuff. Well, before I would refer stuff to Kevin, and now we have agents that we're trying to feed until they get off the ground a little bit.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
How is it working in like in that kind of setting? Because I've always been solo, and now I got a team going, and it's great. Like have a bit of hands, but like the whole partnership stuff. It's like, are you in on every single deal together?
Yeah. Unless
Everything.
it's personal, if he goes to buy a house, I'm not gonna be like, oh, give me half the commission.
No, but doesn't that get tricky?
No, it's like we're both pretty easygoing. Like, everything. Like when we first started, obviously it was a little bit different because we were just deals that were closing that we had done before each other. Yeah. It was still mine, still his, and then like I had a really big deal when we first started working together, and all the paperwork was just getting sorted out. So I took the majority of that.
Okay. So it's not like, because I don't know, like for me, it's like, would you get into this thing where it's like, well, I'm bringing like X amount of dollars and you're not. So what do we do now?
Dude, I thought that because like I was working for a team when I first started. So, and then I partnered with one of the other guys, Yusuf, when Kevin left. Okay. And then after that, Jack and I were talking a little bit because multi-res is very small. Like there's really only a core group of people that do it. At least do a lot of it.
How many would you say, like roughly?
There's the guys from like, when we're talking like, listen, everybody does duplex, fourplexes, stuff like that. But like when we're talking,
like a certain volume,
call it like 20 plus or even 15, 10 plus, whatever. There's only a few people that actually do that stuff. Yeah. Like, everybody can do it, but like there's a lot of names that you see over and over again, like guys from Marcus Millichap, CBRE, District Realty, CLV.
Okay, those guys. Oh, yeah. So I see a lot of the signs. I don't dabble in any. I don't try to. That's not really my market. Exactly. But yeah.
Well, it's like I'm so out of touch with like the res market too. Like really, I'll have to call Kevin and be like, hey man, what's going on? I'm looking at this house to buy. Like, what do you think?
Okay.
And then he'll tell me. But yeah, like I thought it would be, so going back to that partnership, like when I was leaving Yusuf, I was doing my own thing, and I actually left EXP after doing my own thing for a little bit, and I went to a commercial brokerage named Coble, so a smaller brokerage, in Bell's Corners, and then stayed there for about a year, and then I was always hesitant because like partnerships, like you said, I was like, I don't really know.
It's touchy, right? Like,
dude, and Jack and I didn't really know each other that well.
You didn't?
No.
How do you come to that agreement? Walk me through like what happened.
We're just like, so we were actually competing on so many deals together that it was
Okay.
like, hey man, like we should talk about like partnering. And I left to go to Cobol when Jack and I started talking about partnering.
Okay.
And then when I left Cobol, I was like, hey man, fuck it. Like, let's just do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you brought it up. You're like, hey, like let's.
Well, he brought it up to me, and then I was like, hey, like I don't really know, like nothing against him. Like I love the guy.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, just hesitant on partnerships. And
Okay.
then yeah, we got into it when I left Cobol and went back to EXP.
Yeah.
He was at Coldwell and he came to EXP too. And then we were like, okay, we'll do our own thing. And it was just the two of us for about a year. But like the interesting thing is, because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like, can it be like tricky with people, like the volume of business that we're doing? And I was nervous about that, right? Because like when I
Was it similar? Do you like? I mean, without getting too personal, was it so
I don't
close?
care, we
Or
can talk about it. We were close, but we didn't really talk about it. But
Okay.
like I think I was hesitant on it.
Okay.
Because I was like just to put it into context, when we first started, I did my first $10 million deal, which was
Okay.
it's a huge commission.
it's huge.
So I was like, yo, man, like I don't know, like.
Oh, you were hesitant being. Oh, because like you'd have to. It would be shared. Okay.
Well, it wouldn't be that one wouldn't be shared, but like just seeing it in a reality,
Oh,
I'm like
yeah.
fuck, like
What if
I'm
what if
doing
I keep
everything.
doing $10 million every
Yeah,
week? You know.
exactly. But like the interesting thing is, like we did talk about like, okay, how much did you do last year? How much did I do last year?
Okay.
And we were like, okay, like we're both
This-
pretty equal. Like
yeah.
I'm talking within a couple $1,000.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
And then the interesting thing is when we partnered,
yeah.
we did a little bit more each than we did last time. And then this year, because we only started together last year.
Has it been a full year yet?
Yeah, it's been about a year and a half almost,
Okay.
I think, or a little over. But the interesting thing is now, within the first 3 months of this year, we already beat what we did for the entire year last year.
That's crazy.
So we were like, okay, like this is probably working a little bit.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know. I think when you have like two guys that are like a partnership, it's probably your clients think that you or feel that you have more expertise like combined, rather than like two. What do they say? Two minds are better than one.
Yeah, something like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for sure, man. Like we both have our strengths, and like it's weird because we'll flip flop. We're like, I'll be doing really big deals, and
Yeah.
then Jack is doing the smaller ones, and then
Okay.
like the next month or 2 months it'll flip, and I'll do the small ones, and he does the big ones,
And that
and then like it just rotates back and forth. Not like because we're both searching for that, like it just happens
it just
that
happens.
way.
Yeah.
So like,
And what's who else is on the team?
so I think in March we hired a full-time lead gen guy. We hired
Okay.
a full-time admin.
What
Katie.
does the lead gen guy do? What's that?
So I don't know how, like he used to work. So him and Katie used to work at the
Okay.
same commercial brokerage, and Katie was transitioning out, and Jack found her. So Jack's really good at like finding like people for
People?
admin stuff
Okay,
and
okay.
like just that sort of thing. So he found Katie, and then he found Jeff, who were at the same commercial brokerage.
Okay.
Jeff was leaving, and Jeff had left, and then Katie was leaving. So we hired Katie first, so she's our full-time admin.
Okay.
And then Jeff is our full-time lead gen guy. So his job, there was are you familiar with like a REIT, like a real estate investment trust? Like think of,
A little bit.
so think of like,
I don't think I've heard that term. I don't really.
yeah. So like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone who would be known in the city, but,
Well, you can just explain what it is,
yeah.
I guess.
So like basically it's a publicly traded company that,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
and they buy, there's REITs, like Dream REIT, for example, that's the REIT that's doing the Zibby project.
Okay.
And then you have like Firm Capital, who does mostly apartment buildings, and so there's REITs that do different asset classes.
Okay.
But yeah, like this guy's job was to lead gen for that real estate investment trust to find apartment buildings.
Okay.
So Jack found him, and like at this time it was just me and Jack, and we had brought on his brother,
Yeah.
sort of like commission based, to find us deals, and he's been killing it. Like he's insane.
So his brother's on the team too.
His brother is on the team too.
Okay, nice.
Just doing lead gen. So he'll do like calls and emails.
What,
and
like
stuff
door
like that.
knocking, like.
I don't think he's done any door knocking yet, but like our system, we don't really have to. Like that's really the last line of defense,
Okay.
or not defense, I guess, offense.
Yeah.
Like to knock on the door.
Yeah.
But he like our conversion rates just being on the phone. Like Jack and I have done like literally millions of dollars of
Yeah.
deals, and we've never met the sellers, which probably not a
crazy.
good thing.
Yeah.
But like, so now we're actually trying to shift that a little bit.
You haven't like wine and dined or
No,
just
like
kidding.
no, but you know what? Now we're starting to get
Yeah.
into that just because of the clientele that we're getting into
So
now.
I'm trying to do some higher end stuff and
Yeah, like we dabbled in it before and like we were getting our foot in, but now it's like, okay, we're here.
Yeah.
Like we realize the importance of
yeah.
getting out there and talking to people, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Why commercial? Like, did you ever do residential?
Yeah, I actually fell into commercial. Like, so I'll
Just
start,
how does that work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I think I've been doing this for like 4.5, 5 years now.
Okay.
When I first started, like I was doing anything I could. You know how it is. You do anything you
I
can.
still do anything I could.
to make money, right? So like,
Yeah.
I would get a random call that like someone just saw my name on the internet, not even associated to a rental. Like I remember, I always use this example because it's
Okay.
real. Like it happened. Like it was like a Sunday, and I had like a huge family gathering at my house, and I had some random guy call me. He's like, oh, I saw this rental in Kempville for $900. Can you come show me? I'm like, yeah.
But
no
you were the
problem.
one. You were the listing agent.
No,
It was just
no
like a
idea how
lead.
this guy
Okay,
found my name.
okay.
I was like, yeah, like when do you want to see it? He's like, I don't know, like 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, sure. I'm like, cool. So like I'd rip. So like I would do stuff like that.
I do
like,
that. Yeah, it's fun though.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm a hustler. Like I can't be like. There's other people that are like refer it all away and like it's fine. Like I don't care. It's not me. I don't know about you, but that's me. Like
No, like, well, here's the thing. To a certain extent, right? Like,
Yeah.
am I in the frame? We're good.
yeah, you're good.
Okay.
No, just there's a timer there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like you, right? Like it's very difficult for me to let stuff like that go.
It's hard. Yeah.
But like a big reason why I started to let that stuff go is when I joined Coble, they were like, hey, like I'm very fast paced, ADHD, like I'm fucking going all the time.
Yeah.
And
I'm like this and
yeah.
like oh wait and like yeah, it's just crazy.
And
yeah.
like you're doing a million things at
Yeah.
once, and like the more I read and all that, like I realize you have to slow down. But that was one of the biggest things I learned when I went to Coble was like, hey, slow it down, focus on one thing.
So they helped you a lot with that. Wow.
Dude, it was like the best like training I could have ever asked for. And like nothing bad happened while I left, or like it was just I did business differently than they did.
Yeah.
And, I was talking to the guys, the owners of the brokerage, like a week ago. Not even like we're going for lunch. We canceled after the storm.
Yeah.
Because everything in the West End.
Yeah.
Did you guys get hit hard?
We lost a piece of fascia in the front. So
Yeah.
but besides that, no, we're good.
Yeah. So I was supposed to go for lunch with them again, but couldn't do it because everything was shut
Yeah.
down. But yeah, like the biggest thing was like, okay,
I'm gonna try to do that. Slow down.
honestly, man.
What's a good book? You said you read, right?
Yeah, I only started reading like last year.
Okay.
But
yeah.
like I mean, right now I'm reading Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi.
Okay.
So he's like a real estate guy, coach
Okay.
guy. But I've done like Max Out by Ed Milet is really good. It's like a short
Max
book.
Out.
It's like 50 pages.
Yeah, I need to like learn how to like chill and like just let stuff go and like not like if somebody texts me, like I literally have to respond to them like right away, or else I get like anxiety.
I'm
It's
the
just-
exact same,
so
man.
bad.
And like a lot of like it pisses a lot of people off, and like especially if you're in their company, right?
Yeah.
Like I think this is the first time where I haven't looked at my phone in probably like I don't know how long it's been recording.
It's been
but, like,
10 minutes.
yeah. So like
It's
that's
yeah.
rare for me.
Yeah.
But that honestly, man, that was the biggest thing was like slow it down to speed up.
Okay.
And like I was like, oh fuck these guys, they just want me to slow down.
Yeah, yeah.
Not actually, but like it's hard for me, right?
it's
Like
tough.
it's hard for you.
I know it's tough. Yeah. So, okay. So back to how you fell into commercial.
Yeah, so I was just doing everything I could,
Okay.
doing res. And then I remember, are you familiar with Orleans at all?
I know Avalon, Fallingbrook.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I know enough.
So like when you're coming down Innis, right by the metro, there's those
Yeah.
8 random bungalows,
Coming down Innis,
like
the
toward
metro.
Avalon.
Okay, yeah.
There's-
There's a metro with the Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right after that, there's some random
Oh
bungalows.
my God, yes.
Yeah. So like, I don't even remember. I think
It was listed with Max Grande.
Yeah, for rent, I think, right? Because they were, because it was like an 8-unit apartment.
Yeah, yeah. It was like
Building
a,
type
it was like a, yeah. They're all together. Yeah.
So the guy couldn't sell them, so he was like, okay, I'll just rent them all out and then sell it as a package to an investor.
Okay.
So I think I was on like Kijiji or something. I can't remember exactly how, but I either cold called him or it was Kijiji, one of the two.
Okay.
I was like, hey man, like,
Kijiji's sweet, man.
yeah. So ended up talking to I would get a lot of leads from there.
Amazing, yeah.
So I ended up talking to the guy and he's like, yeah, come to my office, and like sad, but like he was literally like bankruptcy, like bank is going to take my shit back. And no one wanted to take it. And like, I'm like a young agent, like fucking 21.
How many years was this? Like a year in?
Yeah, about a year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This would be about a year, year and a half, something like that.
Okay.
I'm like 22, I think at the time, something like that.
Yeah.
And like, this guy just
You're
sees me. He's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, young kid, go getter. Like, I'll give him a chance. Little do I know, like, I don't even have a chance of selling it because even if I get it under contract, it's going to the bank. Oh. And like, I'm probably going to get fucked because the bank has no paperwork with me. I have paperwork with the seller, but the bank owns it. Right. Okay. So I was like, fuck, whatever. Like, here we go. Like, whatever. I'll do it. So I listed it. And then like, I ended up getting a couple leads from it. And one of the guys was from Toronto. We're still friends to this day. His name's Danny.
Okay. And shout out Danny.
Yeah. Shout out Danny. It was, right. And like that translated into him sending me his entire family, his entire friends, and like even himself. Like the guy has a real estate license. Like really, he doesn't need me, but anytime he sees a property, he'll be like, "Hey man, like, you help me out with this one?" Fuck yeah!
Wow. So I have a couple like gems too that have just helped me out so much. Like introduced me to so many people, like clients wise, right? Like just like they like it's like thank God for them, right? People like that are really help us out. It's like who knows where you would have been? Like maybe you would have been still selling condos like me, man. Yeah, little one bedrooms. Like,
you're killing it. But no, like like so him like I kind of had to, and I had no idea about anything, right? Like I got the listing and I immediately was like, okay, I need to go on YouTube. I need to fucking find a book. I need to go on Google. I need to learn about cap rates. I need to learn how these things get financed and this and that, just so I can have it. Because this guy called me and he's like, hey, I saw your listing on Kijiji.
Oh my God. And like, you have no idea what's happening.
Like, oh yeah, they're bungalows, 8 of them, great tenants in there. He's like, don't you think it's a little overpriced? I'm like, no, it's great.
That's hilarious.
So like I had to learn how to do everything. And then, like once it fell into that, I'm like starting to learn more about apartment buildings from selling them. And then obviously learning, because I need to have conversations with these people. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, like people are making a lot of money with this.
Like selling them.
Selling them, one, but two, like just owning them. Yeah. So I was like okay, like,
monthly,
I need to own some of these. So like let me get into a position where I see them every single day and I'm talking to people who own them every single day. Yeah. And then here we are.
Yeah. Like so for a small time, like if you own like a fourplex, would you recommend somebody to get a property manager, or would you say like, just do it yourself? Like just for the average person. And I'm trying to relate to most people that would be listening, right?
Yeah. I think it just like what I tell everybody is like, it just depends on your goal. Like what do you want and what do you do on a daily basis? Like, do you have time to do it? How are your tenants? Where's the location? Like my first ever deal, I bought a 5-unit apartment building before I even bought a house.
I saw that online.
Yeah. So like that one's sold now.
Okay, you got rid of it?
Oh yeah, we'll get into that later.
You sold it too early. Oh.
Yeah. I made a lot of money. Not a lot. I made a good amount of money on it. But like that one I managed by myself. But then I realized I'm like, okay. Fortunately, I have a lot of friends in the business, right? So like I have managers and, we actually have a management company now. But like I was like, okay, this is taking way too much of my time. I'm cash flowing well.
What, the calls or what?
Yeah, like dealing with the tenants and like this and that.
They're complaining about each other. It's
all this literally like complaining about each other and like being like, oh, like how's your day going? I'm like, fuck, man, like, like you're trying to be friendly with them, like, but like it's like, like I have a full-time job, like I'm, like I don't want to have a conversation with you, frankly. So yeah, like I ended up hiring someone, and like since hiring someone, I'll never go back.
Never.
No.
Even if you had like a smaller operation.
No, because to be honest with you, man, like the work between a duplex and a 12plex is the same. It's actually, I find it easier to manage a 12plex.
Okay, yeah, tell me more, because I'd love to get into investing in something like bigger rather than like a townhouse or and that's what I'm in, right? Like so.
Yeah. Like fuck, like how do I explain it? Like I guess just economy of scale.
Yeah, okay.
Like, and typically the tenants that you're attracting in a larger scale building are a different quality of tenant than someone who's 100%. Living in a duplex, right? Okay. Or even a fourplex.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing, like, is just...
And not have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like, you also think about it, right? Like, maybe you spend $700,000 on you know, I'm just throwing random
Yeah,
numbers
okay,
out
sure.
there, 700 grand on a duplex and you're getting a couple $100 a month. Whereas, you know, if you put a little bit more down and buy a 12 unit, then you have 12 more tenants who are paying, and, you know, you more than likely have larger units because it's a bigger footprint.
Yeah.
So it's like your upside as well, like just what you can do with it. And they're financed differently. That's the biggest thing.
The big thing, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
they don't really look at you personally as much as like
Net worth.
Yeah.
More so than like how much, what's your T4?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like even like going to net worth, like when I first went to buy my fiveplex, I called one of my contacts at CIBC.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you don't have any net worth, man, like other than your bank account. I'm like, dude, I was like,
that was your first property.
My first, yeah.
Okay, nice.
So
yeah, okay. So maybe we'll chat offline about some opportunities, man.
I got time. Whenever, cool. If you want to get into it now, I'll get into it now. Like
I got more stuff to talk to you about.
Okay, cool.
This is gonna be part of the caption on the. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 26. I'll be 27 in August.
26. How to own a G-Wagon at 26 years old. Tell me about that, man. That thing is sick.
Yeah, thank you. It's I've had it for like, I think a little over a month now.
Okay.
But honestly, it kind of goes back to owning the buildings, right? Like
that's what helped you get it, or?
Dude, I made some really good investments and just the returns that I got on them. And obviously, like, my income is strong, but the returns I got on these buildings, I was like, you know what? I've wanted one for a long time, and I'm in a position now. And I was like, well,
you're crazy, man. You're crazy, man.
I know.
How is there a wait list or something? Like, how does that?
No, so
that
like
happen?
It's not brand new. Like it's a 2017.
Yeah, but that's still sick. I've looked at them online, man. Like before even talking to you, like even like 2009, they're expensive, man. Like,
well, so like I actually got offered a brand new one last year. But I was like,
how does that work? Is that a wait list then, or what? Like,
yes and no. Like, you have to know people. It's almost like the watches, right? Like,
we're gonna get into that.
We will get into that. Yeah. But like, it's almost like the watches, right? Like, you have to know people that are there, and they have to vouch for you, because a G-Wagon is an investment.
What, like, vouch for is like what, this guy's not gonna make his payments, or like?
No, vouch for him is like he's not gonna flip this thing overseas and make
like, money.
Like, I think the base. Not the base price, but like the starting price for the specs I was looking at were like 220 to 240-ish.
Yeah.
But like I literally could have drove it off the lot and sold it for like 350.
That's crazy.
But they don't want you to do that. And if they find out you do that, then you're blacklisted.
Oh,
same as a watch, right? Like,
yeah. Okay.
So, I looked at it and I was like, I only had 2 buildings at the time, and I was like, I think I had bought my townhome at that time, and I was like, I just can't justify it. Like right now. And then bought another building, bought a piece of land, and then got myself sorted out a little bit more.
So then you kind of like, so you said no, you're like, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, even now, I'll be honest with you, I don't feel ready.
Okay, yeah, so it's a fucking expensive car. Like, regardless if you buy a used, a new, accident, no accident, it's fucking expensive.
Yeah, well, like, so the reason I actually jumped on that one, because I was like, everything else I was looking at, I was like, oh, they're like 80K, 100K. I was like, I may as well just drop the extra little bit and get something that like I've always wanted.
Okay.
But it was also like a really good deal. Like, whatever, we can talk about numbers. Like, so everything I was looking at was like, they had like 60 to 80,000 kilometers, and they were like 150 to like 170K, 180 for some.
Yeah.
And then, like, I found this one. It was like 155, and it had 35 or 33K on it or something. Nothing. So I actually didn't jump on it right away. Okay. I chilled on it for like a little bit, like I think like a week or two, and it actually went to auction. Didn't sell at auction. My dad sells used cars, so I was like, hey man, like, can you just like? He was like, I'll see if they'll wholesale it to us. So they wholesaled it to my dad for 150, and it ended up being 155 after fees and stuff. But yeah, then I was like, you know, fuck it, whatever. Even if I drive it, I lose like 10, 20K, like after a couple of years, who cares? Like,
so these are like different than just like any like commercial, like regular person car, right? Like, does it like we'll talk about watches, but like, does this like increase in value, or is it still slightly depreciates? That like,
I think it holds its value pretty well.
Okay.
Like a brand new one definitely appreciates.
Like, if you just bought it and then you're like, I'm not even gonna move it and I'm gonna sell it, then you would.
No, like if I took that brand new one and I drove it for like 2 years, I could either break even or make like probably 80K.
Crazy.
But I wouldn't say, like, honestly, for me, man, like, first thing, like I told you, like I just always wanted one.
Okay.
I was like, okay, whatever. Like, you ever see the movie Takers with who's the guy from Fast and Furious? Paul
Walker.
Paul Walker and like Idris Elba. Anyway, that's
No,
the
I haven't
first
seen
time
that movie.
First time I saw
G-WAGON,
and I was like, fuck, that car is sick.
car is sick. You literally look like you're in like the army, man.
Yeah, it's
So
literally
cool.
a military vehicle.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's sick. So like, anyway, back to it. Like, what were we talking about? That was the first time I saw it.
That was the first time I saw it. And then, you're like, you didn't jump on it, which I don't like jumping on things too. I need to like, if I see something, I need to just like I'll like obsessively look at it.
Yeah.
But I won't like buy it right away. I'll just keep staring at it.
I'm very impatient though. Like,
Me
I'm
too.
like you, but then I'm like, once I make the decision that I want it,
Like, you
I'm
want
like,
it right now.
I'm like, I don't care if it's in Vancouver. I'll drive to Vancouver and like figure it out. I'll drive it back. Like, I'm that guy.
I'm like that too. But I need to like you've probably thought about it for a long time. It wasn't just like,
Yeah.
oh, this G-WAGON's really nice, I'm gonna go buy it.
No, like it was, yeah, like I was looking at like all my options, right? Like,
Okay.
I was looking at Porsches. I was looking, cause like
Yeah.
as an agent, we're in our cars so much. I was like, I want to enjoy what I'm in.
Yeah, and like, not to sound like vain or anything, but there is like a little bit of you were portraying some type of lifestyle too, right?
For sure.
And whatnot, and that appeals to your clients. Maybe that's that kind of level that they're into. So, 100%.
That's the thing. Like, and like you said, like, we'll dive into the watches, but it's similar to watches where like car guys, watch guys, they kind of go hand in hand. But like, if you do it because you like it, then whatever. Like, I'm not doing it to be like, oh, look what I got. But like, no. But you know what I've noticed is like,
I'm a little.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's a byproduct of it. Like, I think we talked about this when we texted on
It's cool,
Instagram.
like, yeah.
Before, but like, it's a byproduct, I think, of it. Like, I feel great wearing my watches,
Mm-hmm.
but like, the biggest thing I noticed with that car is the amount of conversations. I don't know what happened here. I feel like I'm fucking with the thing.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, what I noticed.
How many conversations? Like, it's an icebreaker.
Dude, like, I'll just be sitting in a parking lot and someone will be like, sick car. And then like, or I was in Toronto a few weeks back or a couple months ago. Like, I can't remember, like end of May I was there. So yeah. And I was just sitting at the bar with some guy, start talking about watches, start talking about cars.
Yeah.
And he's a huge developer in Toronto. We just exchanged contact info.
Oh,
and
wow.
Whether he becomes a client or not, it's another contact.
I gotta tell my wife I gotta get some nice cars.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like,
A little bit. I can only hear out of the right.
you can hear. Okay, 1 second.
Oh, wait.
It's maybe it's a little finicky,
There we
but
go.
we
We're
can
good,
adjust
we're
it.
good. No,
You know what we'll do is we'll take a 2-second break because
Sure.
it's almost 30 minutes. So we'll refill and
Sure.
and we'll hop back on.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right. So we're back. What were we were talking about the G-WAGON,
Yeah, like the opportunities, I think.
the opportunities. Yeah. No, I want to tell you my dream car is. I mean, I like Porsches. They're nice. I do. Wait, before I tell you, let me ask you. So why an SUV instead of like a sports car? Like, I think that's the classic move, right? If you're gonna spend a lot of money on a car, right?
I've driven cars my whole life, never had an SUV ever, except for my mom's RAV4. And I think we had like a Nissan Xterra.
Okay.
And then honestly, the main reason is my dog.
RAV4 is lit though.
RAV4 is lit. It's sick.
It's
that
sick
thing.
on gas.
Yeah,
You're probably
yeah.
fucking cringing right now with the gas prices.
Dude, no, it's not even the gas price. It's just watching the thing. I like drive down the highway and I'm like, this motherfucker. I'm like, is this my speed gauge? I'm like, I'm just watching it go down.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, like honestly, it's my dog. Like
Your dog.
Yeah, because I have a lab husky. So
Okay.
like having her in the back of my Lexus with like
Okay.
having the fucking like little tarp thing for dogs.
You bring your dog in your G-WAGON.
Yeah, she was actually she didn't just in the back. I put her in the front seat a few times, but like when I first got it, she actually wouldn't get in for like 45 minutes. I'm sitting out there with my mom, and my dad. We're all trying to get her in with treats. She was like, "This thing is fucking big. I'm not jumping up there."
Wait, is there like you put her in the back seat or the trunk?
No, I put her in the trunk.
Okay, so
trunk area.
that's more chill.
Yeah. I put her in the front seat before though. Like,
Okay.
If I have like my golf clubs in the back and I forget to take them out, I'm just
Okay.
like, hop on up here, Cal.
Oh, I didn't put this in there. Golf.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to tell you my dream car first. So
Yeah.
probably some like old ass like Ferrari or like Lambo. I can't spend that much on a new one ever. I can never justify because they're like depreciating assets, right? Like we're talking about
but-
houses. I know, but like it's like yeah.
You get to a point, fuck you money. I don't have fuck you money. I don't have fuck you money. But like you get to that point eventually and it's
Yeah.
like, hey man, like why wouldn't you? You know? Like,
Okay.
I have a lot of dreams and and listen, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I'm into materialistic shit,
That's cool.
and who cares? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever. Like I'll spend money on vacation and stuff, but like
Yeah.
I think probably this is a controversial thing to say, but
Yeah.
like people that hate on having nice shit or people that buy nice
Yeah.
shit just because they've never experienced it and they probably won't ever. Like it's a
I love
limited
it
mindset.
too. I love it too, man. I'm not as like I do a bit of both. So I do like that stuff,
Yeah.
and I like convenience.
For sure.
So like having somebody to like help me, you know, clean the house and
Absolutely.
just like take care of things that like little things. I'm not super handy, first of all. So right, like so
Same.
the little things like that. It's like if I can just not stress about whether I'm going to do something right. Like today, like some guy came like cut the pipe for a pool. So I was like, in theory I could have done that, but like the convenience of me just being able to like work or take care of my kids.
That's
like,
the biggest thing.
I love that.
People don't like. I had cleaners at my house. And bro, I have a townhome. Like,
Yeah.
I could clean the thing. I could vacuum it. Like, and
Yeah.
I do. But like, people don't realize it took the cleaner 2 hours, 2.5 hours to clean
Yeah.
my house today. You know how much money I can make in 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
For me to pay her $140
Mm-hmm.
and not have to clean my house and actually make money,
Yeah.
like
it's also like I feel like mental health too, right? Like you're not so like stressed about like so many things.
dude,
Yeah.
big time. Like,
Yeah. Does the G-WAGON fit in the
It does.
It does.
It does barely, but you know what? Actually, no, I won't say that. Surprisingly, I actually have a good amount of room.
Okay.
Because when I bought the thing, it was in Toronto, and like I'd never driven one before. I've been in like some of my friends and stuff
Okay.
like that, but I've never driven one. I literally sat in the passenger seat. My dad doesn't know this, but I was like, I just made $150,000 mistake. This is fucked. I was like,
Why?
I was
Why?
like, the steering is so heavy.
Is it?
and,
Like, it's-
well, now I'm used to it, so like it's
Okay.
fine. Like it's really smooth. It's good. But like I come from driving Civics and Acuras and little Lexuses my whole
Yeah.
life, right? Like go karts.
Yeah.
So drive that. I'm sitting in this. I'm like,
Big. It's tall
like
too.
this motherfucker. This is big.
It's like at the top of it. It's like no. Don't you get anxiety if you go into like underground parking lot? Because it's
Yeah,
like,
I actually have my sunroof open, and I'll
because it's 6 feet and like I don't know how tall. I don't know.
I'm like pretty close. I'm like I would say like probably like 4 or 5 inches.
Okay.
4 inches, 3 inches, something like that
Okay.
from the top.
And is this thing fast?
Yeah, it's fucking quick.
Like it's for in general or just for SUVs? Like what is it? What is it to like? Are there different like engine sizes for that, or is it
There's
all
the
V10?
G550, I think, is the same. Not the same engine. I don't think. I don't know. But and then there's the G63, which is like
Is that the one you have?
yeah, I have the G63.
Okay, so
The
that
AMG.
is that the higher end one?
Yeah, it's the higher end one. Yeah, the G550 is more like luxury, where the G63 is
sport?
like the sporty. Like it's
Okay.
an AMG, right? Think
Yeah,
of it
yeah,
like a
yeah.
regular E class versus an E63.
Yeah. So like what's the 0 to 60? Just out of curiosity.
I have no idea. It's
5.5 seconds. I
don't know.
can't imagine being like 4 seconds.
No,
It's
no, I
pretty
don't think so.
insane.
It's
thing's
6,000 pound or over 6,000.
It's not that
vehicle.
aerodynamic.
No,
either. This
but
thing's
like-
like a brick.
But like literally, man, like I can tap the gas on
It goes,
fucking
eh?
gone.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Nice,
I'll time it.
nice. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I wanted to get back to as this one thing I want to talk to you about because the EXP model.
Yeah.
Like you joined EXP, and I know it's like a random segue, but I really want to ask you like how do you like it there, EXP?
I love it. Like I think it's
Yeah.
difficult for a new agent to go there on their own because you don't
Why
have
is
like.
that?
Well, like think of it like when you're a newer agent, you kind of want to be in the office around other people.
Yeah.
EXP, there's no real offices except for like Jack and I have our own.
If you like got your own, yeah.
Yeah, like if you get your own, then you have one. But it's not like if I signed up at Remax Hallmark, I think they're
Yeah.
downtown, right? Like I can go into the Remax office and learn from other
sure.
agents. So I love it though. Like the split's great. The model it's good. Like
What's that like? Like you get like shares model. Everyone's
so-
telling me that like they try to recruit you. It's like a
yeah, honestly, I don't really recruit. Like
Okay.
if people want to work with us to be with us,
Yeah.
like great. And we actually plan on leaving EXP, not anytime soon, but like
one day
yeah, like probably the next 3 years or so. I would say
start your
probably.
own.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'd love to do that too one day.
Yeah,
So-
like our goal is to like crush Colliers and crush CBRE.
Nice,
and
nice.
like,
Okay.
that's like we want to have everything in house and just fuck those guys up.
Nice, man. No, it's amazing to have goals.
Yeah.
Got
So,
to.
but like EXP right now, it's great. Like I don't really recruit anyone. Like I said, if they want to work with us, then you got to come to EXP. But like, I mean, I get paid. Like if you were under me, people are like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Like I guess like it's pyramid, but like
everything is pyramid, I guess.
yeah, like
if
it's
you
the
have a
same
team.
as like your broker makes money off your split.
Mm-hmm.
Like rather than the brokerage only making money off the 20% that whoever's under me gives them, I get a portion of it. So like
Every time they sell something, you get something.
yeah, but it happens monthly, and there's like tiers. Like you have to have 5 producing agents in your first tier to unlock the second tier, which is I think you have to have 10. And
So
then,
you're not really focused on like getting that web.
no,
It just
I don't really
it'll
care.
happen
Like,
naturally. You're
Yeah.
more focused on like making your own deals, and that's or like you and Jack and whatever, right?
yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like that is a little bit too much of like that. That's what I was like. I've been approached by people saying
For
like
sure.
it's amazing, like join, like, and then like they try to. It more becomes like sales of other agents more than the house. Sometimes I find.
Well, 100% it is because honestly, man, there's people like I think last month or 2 months ago, I made like $3,000 off other agents, and like I only have like 2 or 3 under me.
That's great, but I guess yeah, like it gets into that like focus of like I'm just trying to be my own broker. I'm going to recruit people.
Yeah, like
and
I don't really care like to do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but honestly, there's agents that are making like $100,000 a year extra just on agents that they brought in. That's crazy. Because it's like if I brought you in and I have a full producing couple of tiers, and then you bring people in and they're all producing, I'm still making money off the people you're bringing in. So
That's
like,
insane. Who's the guy at the top of this goddamn thing?
I don't know, but he's a goddamn genius.
Or a woman, whatever. Like that's insane. So if it literally is.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, but okay, well,
but like you know what, man? Like some of the largest brokerages
yeah,
in Ottawa are switching. Like they're
know.
literally leaving their brokerage that they started to join EXP.
yeah. There's tons of people just leaving, man.
And like I only hear about it from like the other guys that are in EXP because you know we're all friends and we talk. But like
so I know there's a location on Preston.
yeah, so that's just like the Regis space. So
So
it's
you
like,
can't actually like you can co-work there, but
you
it's,
co-work there.
so everybody else is mobile unless you have your own office.
Yeah, so like me and Jack are looking at an office with Kevin Feely.
Okay.
We found a pretty sick one on Catherine that we're
Okay.
gonna
Near the Soba building.
you know where the Dominion Lending and the Telus building is. You can see it when you're right about to get. Or I think when you pass Metcalf, it's like the Bronson exit. It's literally right beside the highway.
Okay.
That building.
Okay. Nice.
There's a couple subleases.
You guys would like split the whole floor or something.
The whole floor is available. We're looking at either like one of the offices is sick. It's a Telus space right now,
Nice.
but like it's like $15,000 a month, and I'm like, fuck these guys.
That's
And the other
insane, though. Like, I feel like that adds pressure. Like for me, at least, I don't know about for you, but yeah, if you have 15 grand at least, you're like, well, yeah,
one, dude, business expenses like paying people's salaries. Like it's not like before where I was like, oh, if I don't do a deal, then
that's
like,
it. I'll
it's
just
not
go.
the end
I'll
of the
just take it to
world.
my saving for like a little bit, and then we're good.
Yeah,
right?
and like I've never been that way where it's like, oh, I can't, like I shouldn't, like, oh, if I didn't do a deal, whatever, who cares? Like I've never been like that, but now it's like, no motherfucker, like I have to do, like I'm responsible for people.
yeah.
And like if I don't get paid, they don't get paid. So it's
Yeah.
like, now I'm like,
No, for sure.
it's like having a family.
Yeah. So like, I wanted to ask you, what tips do you have for like somebody like brand new? What would you, if you were brand new? Okay, well, you might say I would just do exactly what I did, but like, what would you do?
No, fuck no, I wouldn't do that. In commercial or just in general?
Maybe a bit of both. Like maybe commercial. Because I'm interested in a commercial.
I think
honestly, to hear
now
about
that I'm
that.
thinking about like saying it out loud, like I think it kind of just translates to be the same. Like
Okay,
I would say
it's
two
like
things.
hustle. Like,
Yeah, hustle, but like if you have a mentor and you have someone that can teach you,
yeah,
like grab onto their fucking coattails and watch and don't care about the money. Like just if they're asking for a 70% split and 30 to you,
just do it.
Just eat that for a little bit because the value that you're going to learn from that is so much more.
Yeah,
Then
I think that's the same.
But also dive in. Don't overanalyze it. Like I have so many friends and like people, like even when I bought, like it's the same thing for investing. When I bought my 5 unit, like I kind of look at things like this in every aspect of life. Like what's my best case scenario and what's my worst case scenario?
Yeah.
For the 5 unit, I'm like, okay, if this doesn't go how I want it to go, I know it's a good deal still. And I'm cash flowing each month.
Yeah.
Big deal. I have 75K. It's technically in my bank account. I just can't access it.
Yeah.
Big whoop. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever.
So dive right into it and just
learn as much as you
from
can.
somebody, eh?
Yeah. And like,
I think it's
like,
no shame to like have a mentor or like join a team. There's no shame in that.
dude, I have a mentor in every aspect of my life, and
Yeah.
these guys might not know it, but like,
Yeah.
you learn from everybody, and like, I think that's like, drop the ego, drop the pride, and like coming from me, like it can be difficult sometimes because like, you know, but yeah, like just fucking go, just do it. But like if you don't love it, then be true to yourself too. Like if you don't love it, you're not going to excel at it. So.
Sure. So it wasn't like where like you're not so much into the marketing or like just trying to like network. Was that like the big driver for you to start, or was it just like just one deal, like that one bungalow deal big bungalow, and then just one thing led to another, or was it huge into like I gotta like pay advertising? Like I find that stuff doesn't really work.
Well, I don't know if you see, like I really don't advertise. I don't market, which now we actually shifted. Like I'm gonna be a TikTok star.
Oh, are you actually?
Well, we hired a firm
to like.
And shit? No, fuck no. We did the full day yesterday of TikToks though. Like from like 10 to 4, I was TikToking.
So like you just had content, and then like one person like filmed you, and then like
we hired a company to do it for us. Like kind of just come.
Is that on your personal IG?
No, like
it'll Ansar Group.
It'll be Ansar Group, but like I did some videos alone. Jack did some videos alone, and it's not so much like how to be a great commercial real estate agent. It's like, here are some of the buildings we have. Here's how we've got these returns. Here's a building I sold to a client. Here's the return he got. Here's why he overpaid $1 million, but actually got an $8 million deal. Shit like that. Okay,
so it's not like this.
No,
you don't know the pointing stuff.
Yeah, no. I'm not dancing. I'm literally just like talking about us and our group and like the returns that we do and stuff, and then like just it's more about driving traffic to us and our brand as opposed to like, you know.
I got you.
Yeah.
How did you come up with a name? Because I was gonna say that's like my main I'd have a power trip. Like, how do we like decide?
Jack and I were having dinner one night, and we were into a couple glasses of tequila.
Okay.
And sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, is that like some? It's not some Spanish word, is it?
No, it's actually Jack's last name is Anbera.
I know.
Yeah. So I was hammered. I was like, not hammered. I was a little drunk, and I was like, Anzar. And he's like, I actually like it. I'm like, okay, cool.
Really? Eh?
Yeah, I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Because I was like Zaran.
Yeah. someone commented on Facebook when we first started it and like started our page. Another agent, I don't know if you know, what's his name? Chris. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He was like, I like Salazar better.
Salazar.
I was like, that's sick.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's how it started.
That's a lot of A's.
A lot of A's. Can you imagine what our emails would look like? But that's how it started. And I was like, I find like
you don't really care.
No, I don't really care. And like you see a lot of agents doing like corny shit and like just corny names and stuff. And I'm like, I don't really like. Yeah, whatever. It's my last name, his last name. So.
Yeah, I know. It's Don't need like any crazy names or anything. Yeah, it's just it is what it is, you know.
And like I feel like people, when you see my last name and his last name, I think it usually clicks. But like even the guys that work with us, they don't feel that like they're working for like the Salazar real estate.
Yes,
group, right?
No, for sure. And my team name is Charles Chang team, but I don't. What am I going to call myself? Like. I don't even know. Like, I can't just make up a name. Some people do that, but that's fine. But
no, but there's nothing wrong with that. It was just like I think there's a lot of ego in in real estate in general, but in commercial real estate even more. It's insane, man. Like I've had. I'm not gonna say any names because I'm not.
Yeah,
snitch,
don't.
But like, I've had just people. I was working on a $45 million deal last year, and my client actually like the sale closed, so like I know what it sold for, but my client actually paid more. Or offered more than what it closed for. But this agent was like, yeah, your guy can come look at it, but you can't come. I'm like, he's paying my commission. Like, you don't even have to pay. Like,
yeah, wow.
I'll let you double end it. He's going to pay me. He's like, yeah, cool. Like, you can advise him, but like, you can't come. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Cool.
That's like, wow.
Yeah, people are savage. Like, and listen, not everybody's like that, but like there's
a little ego, eh?
Yeah,
ego.
But it's very much so like the old boys club.
Okay, it's more niche-y, right? Like, it's smaller. Like you said, there's only 10, 15, 20 people that do whatever amount.
Yeah.
It's not like residential, so where it's like a lot more open.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So it's, like I've even had some of my friends who are also clients call me and be like, hey, why'd you tell this guy to take me off of a list? I'm like, I didn't.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
he called me and said, you only work with him. And I'm like, what?
Wow,
Like,
wow.
I don't have time. You think I'm going to call these people and be like, hey, go down my list? Like,
Wow,
he only works with me.
that's
He only works with me.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna join commercial. No, I'm not. I'm not like that. Okay, well, I guess one of the last things I want to talk about was watches.
Yeah.
We connected over IG a little bit on watches.
Yeah.
I'm not like super into it, but like you are.
Yeah.
And like you love, the collector aspect of it. The investment and just
Yeah, the investment
a little bit of the
part
flex is nice too.
Yeah, a little bit of the flex is nice for sure. Like,
so yeah, what's next for you? What do you own? What's going on here?
so my first watch I bought in 2020.
Okay.
It was a 41 millimeter date just. So
Yes.
like just one.
That was a
step
silver
over.
one, right?
Yeah, one step
Okay.
over like the entry level.
Okay.
It's like 10K, and
Was it just like the one thing that I love about watches is that I remember exactly where, like, when and why I bought the watch. That's the most like one of my first watches was a Seiko.
Yeah.
And like I remember my dad bought it for me in 2013, and I had just like finished like one semester like at university, and like he was like, here, like, good job. Here's this watch.
Yeah.
And it costs like $300, and that means like more than anything else that
For
could
sure.
mean to me.
Sentimental.
Right? Like, yeah.
Like, like one of my grandfather's watches on my dad's side, like it was Seiko as well. And like I still have the thing, like wear it. Like,
So cool, man.
Yeah. So like, yeah, the first one was a 41 millimeter date just.
Okay.
I bought that here in Ottawa. It was like
Howard's.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought mine in COVID.
From Howard's?
Yeah, so it was shit. It was like they're like, hey, you can't come in. So like we're just gonna hand it to you at the door. I was outside. It was pouring rain.
I mean, I'm sure they're not going to watch this, but like I don't have great things to say about.
No,
like,
eh?
not
Really,
like the advisor Jess that works with me. Like she's great, love her, but just in general, like I bought mine at the beginning of COVID too, and like I wasn't allowed to. They didn't like give me champagne. Like I don't care about the champagne or whatever, but like even then, like I told them from the beginning, hey, like I'm not a flipper. Like I literally collect them, and like I whatever it is, like here's a list, and I'll wait and whatever. And then they're like, oh, we don't have it. And then like there's a lawyer buddy of mine I work with. He bought the two-tone version of this one.
Okay.
From them. And then my other buddy who's a mortgage broker bought 41
So you were
millimeter
just getting like cut out.
Yeah, so I was like, shout out Shane. My buddy Shane, he's got a really good relationship with an AD out in Toronto, and my second watch he got for me, it was a 41 millimeter like brand new Submariner.
Okay.
And then he introduced me to the owner of the ADs. I think they have 2 or 3.
Wait. I'll backtrack a little bit. So how do you when you buy from a friend? Like I'm not. Shane is cool, but how do you know like that's legit? If he's like okay, he's a friend of a thing like maybe you don't know him that well, right? Maybe he's a friend of a friend of a friend.
No,
like,
so
what do you do?
I mean, I wouldn't do that. Like I've known Shane. Shane and I are business partners too. Like we own some buildings together as well.
Okay.
But so he literally bought it from an authorized Rolex dealer.
Okay.
Like,
and you trust him.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then it's like, would you buy on like Chrono 24 or whatever?
Fuck no.
No, eh?
No. Not like I think
not a high end watch or what?
Yeah, like I just think like I don't know if you are familiar with StockX.
Yeah.
But like look at the controversy there. Like they've been selling fake.
They have been.
They got bagged. They
really?
they got caught selling a bunch of fake Jordans and Nikes and stuff. So like, no matter how much someone says they authenticate something,
exactly. Like I'm too scared, especially if 20, 40, whatever $1,000. It's like it's I just
dude,
can't
even
trust
$5,000. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like, listen, there's aftermarket dealers that are prominent.
Reputable.
Yeah, and reputable, right? So like that's a different story. But to go on Chrono 24 and buy off of, authorized dealer on Chrono,
you wouldn't do that, eh?
No.
Only if you had a plug.
Only if I had the plug. But like I have the retail plug now. So like all my watches I got at retail. Like this one retail, Submariner retail.
So it's just like because you know somebody that that's like okay, Justin is not a dick. Yeah. He's gonna keep the watch. He's not gonna like try to make extra money from it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll sell it to him.
Like Shane.
So you go there.
Yeah, so I go to Toronto for my watches. So Shane, like I said, like he told them, he's like, hey, I'm buying this for my buddy Justin.
Okay.
So like all my name is on the paperwork, but it was under his account. So then from there, he introduced me to the owner and his right hand. Her name's Joanne. And yeah, from there it was like,
Sweet,
I
man.
literally like, I would I emailed her. I was like, hey, Joanne, like it's like real estate. Like you're just staying in touch with people, like
Yeah.
building a relationship. And then I was like, one day I was like, hey, I'm coming up in a couple weeks. And she's like, okay, cool. Like, I was like, I didn't even ask for a watch. Like at the beginning, she was like, what watches are you into? I'm like, oh, here's a few. Like not expecting anything because I know how difficult it is.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'm coming up in 2 weeks. I'm going to come by the shop, introduce myself, say hi. She's like, okay, cool. I go in, meet the owner again. And they literally interviewed me.
To be like, are you legit?
Yeah, they were like, and like, there's one, like, how much do you know about watches and like, who are you as a person?
And fail.
And like, and then also you can't pay credit card. Like you literally
Bank draft or-
bank draft. So like,
Can't you fake those or like you want
No.
a cash?
I probably could have walked in with a wad of cash, but like I went and got a bank draft. So basically what happened is after they interviewed me,
Yeah, okay.
they were like, the owner was like, I really like you. I want to help you out. I was like, okay.
Help you out.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like he's like, whatever.
That's crazy.
And then like I took a lap and they were like, yeah, I want to help you out. Let me make a couple calls and we'll get back to you. I'm like, fuck, they're going to get back to me in like 6 months, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. And then I appreciated it. So I literally took a loop, went to the bathroom. I'm taking a piss and my phone's ringing
Really?
and it's the Rolex dealer. She's like, hey, come back to the store. Come back. They bring you into the private room because they don't want, like, if there's other people in the store, they don't want them to see
Oh, what's going on? Okay.
And they brought me back there. They offered me 2 watches, and one of them was this one. And I was like,
And what's this one?
this is a, I'll give it to you. It's a rose gold GMT.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that's been like my dream watch.
This is crazy. The full thing, man. It's not even two-tone.
No, that's full rose.
This is crazy. The rose gold is sick. But I actually didn't think I would like it. Like
Yeah.
I looked at rose gold online. I'm like, it's kind of girly, but in real life, it's not even like it's not like pink.
Yeah.
Like I think like that's the misconception is like it's a pink watch.
No.
And wow, that's crazy.
So they offered me a solid gold Sky Dweller, and then they
Okay.
offered me this one. And
so you know
I've won
Prezi.
it.
No Prezi.
That one's coming soon.
Okay,
But
I was gonna
I
ask you
actually
that.
I put an order in for a something on a rubber strap.
Okay, so you're a pure Rolex guy.
No, like I'd love AP, I'd love Patek. I was in Miami in January, and
Yeah,
I
we
walked.
talked about that.
I walked into the AP dealer, and like the guy basically laughed me out of the store. I'm like, oh, fuck, I
Okay.
get it though. Like,
What will be like? What will be like your next like thing? Then is that what you just said?
yeah, like so I actually emailed her, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago now, not expecting anything again, and she's like, oh, I have that one. I'm like, fuck.
Oh my
Gotta
god!
chill. It's like I just bought this. I bought a car. I bought another building. I'm like, I gotta
You gotta relax. A
relax.
little bit, eh?
So I was like, I was like, hey, like.
You gonna have pass or what you gonna
No,
gonna consider?
I'll probably go like and get it, but soon. Like I actually changed it. Like I asked for a rubber strap Yachtmaster.
Okay.
And now I kind of was like, it's kind of basic, and like I have some similar. So I was like, let me ask for a Daytona on a rubber strap.
Okay.
Solid gold case, but it's rubber strap and the clasp is gold.
So nice, man.
Yeah. So I'm waiting on that guy, and
You know, it's funny. Like I wear this, and like I don't get.
do we need to pause?
1 second, yeah. 1 second.
No worries.
All right, okay. So that was the last break. We're back. We're just having too much fun, I guess. We're just talking. So, if you were gonna spend like $100,000 on a watch, would you stay with Rolex, or would you go something else?
I don't know. I think it depends. Like, depends on the watch. Like, if I was getting a Rolex for $100,000 at retail, I'd probably go with a Rolex. But like, if I'm paying $100,000 aftermarket for a Rolex or like a AP, I'd probably buy the AP because
Just the different name, whatever, right?
yeah, like the odds of me getting a connection for AP is probably a lot slimmer. And Patek, like, love to
sure.
get I remember looking
So
at
sick,
Pateks and
so sick.
APs, like $30,000. I'm like, I'm going to own that one day. And like you look and they're like, now they're like 200, 150. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, stainless steel watch.
Have they gone down at all? And like the housing market is a little bit down. Right?
Yeah. And same
Residential. I don't know about
Dude,
commercial.
I
guys?
lost a fucking $100,000 commission yesterday because the deal didn't close.
No, but like the market's down a little bit.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
People can't get financing. Interest rates are crazy. Like, getting slashed. Like, loan to values are going from 70% to 50%. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's down. I was gonna ask you too. So it's a little bit not interest rates, but like, is it still hot?
It's hot if it's priced right.
Okay.
right? Like in any
Just,
market,
yeah.
a deal's a deal. That's what I tell people.
for
Any
sure.
market, a deal's a deal. But like sellers are still unrealistic, and interest rates have changed. And
Okay.
I'm not going to spend $2 million on a $3 million property or $1.5 million.
100%.
You know, it's stupid. So
Okay, back to watches. I love watches.
yeah, me too.
Do you baby them?
I try to.
Me too. I know there's like a friend of mine who's like, he's like really into the history of the watches. He's like,
Yeah.
he gets so upset when I talk about how I treat my watches. So he's like, I'll wear it to work. I'll help you move your house in my expensive watches, whatever. And I'm like, the only surfaces that this watch touches is my skin and like my clothes.
Yeah.
Like I would go like this above the table.
Dude.
Are you like that too?
I was like this one. It's so heavy.
you like
so
this?
like I'm usually like this. So like I'll
Okay,
scratch
nice,
the Cartier
nice.
bracelet first. I'm like, oh, fuck
Okay.
it. But no, like I was. But then once you realize,
You let
like
it go.
once you realize, like yeah, you're like, hey man, the fucking air scratches this thing. Like it's gonna happen. Like listen. I was when I was in Montreal this weekend. I was at
I would
a
never wear
concert.
that. I can't do it.
Dude, at a concert, and then I'm
can't
at
do
a
it.
fucking packed club with this. I'm fucking slamming tables and punching the roof and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you're insane.
and then like I look at it, I'm like, oh, I got like 6 new scratches. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do though? Like it's gone. Like the way I look at it, I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's there to wear, and worst case, I'll polish it. Like my dad's been
You
wearing.
you can polish it.
Yeah.
Have you seen one that's polished? I have not.
I've seen a few, and like they look brand new.
Oh, really?
Like you can't polish. That's why like
over and over and over again. But
So,
okay.
yeah, like my dad's been wearing my date just for the last 6 months because like I don't have a watch winder yet, and like
You don't have a watch finder?
Nah,
You should get a Wolf.
One. I know.
Wolf
Do you
is
have
sick.
one?
I have one. It's 3 watches.
You know what's
but,
funny?
Yeah.
I see them. They're like anywhere from 3 to
You're
6
like,
grand, and I'm
yeah.
like, that's insane. This is crazy.
No, they're not 3 grand. I mean, like if
Well,
you get
'cause-
like the super expensive ones, yeah. Like, I got mine on sale. Like it was like $1,500. I paid like $350 US for it.
Yeah, but it's
gotta get it on sale.
it's one, right?
It's 3.
Oh, it's 3?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
So it's 3. Yeah. So
gotta
it's like
do
it's
that.
not like that expensive. I mean, yeah. What do you just put them on like your dresser?
Well, no, I have like a little watch stand, and then so it
Nice.
fits 2, and then like I have
Yeah,
this
they're-
one usually in the box.
Oh,
But,
okay, okay. I never touched the box.
Really, eh?
I've heard like you can resell the box or something, right? Like
can.
Like the box is never. I've opened it once. That's it. That's it.
So-
I'm never opening again.
Yeah, like I mean, this one just goes in the box, but like my dad's been wearing the day just for like the last 6 months, and he's always like, "There's so many scratches." I'm like, "Bro, yeah." I was like, "We could polish it, and then you're gonna walk out of the polishing shop, take it out of the bag, and it's gonna scratch."
So you're not too careful.
I try to be, but like I'm obsessive, right? Like if I get a stain on my pants, like if I got coffee on my shit right now,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yo, Charlie, we gotta end this. I gotta go." Like, you have time to go or something? Like,
Really?
I'd freak out. But like, I'm trying because like I know what's gonna happen, and if I like
Yeah.
do this and obsess over it, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna piss me off, and I can't do anything about it. So I'm just gonna let it go.
So if I'm like, help me move this couch, you're gonna take off your watch, or you're gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my watch for sure.
okay.
But like, sometimes you forget, right? Like you're wearing like 2 weeks ago, I got home from a long day. I had this on, and I'm like moving water cases in my pantry, and like I like went to move something, I smacked it on the metal bar. I'm like, oh fuck, like
Yeah, there was one time I had like this watch on, and I was at a showing, and we were trying to like move stuff to like make sure that like nothing was like they weren't hiding stuff. And I took off my watch and I left it there. I got so much anxiety. I left, like I completely left. I had to drive back and like freaking out, and yeah, it was crazy.
that would freak me out. See, my buddy,
Imagine, right?
my buddy Benny left it on a plane.
That's
Gone.
It's gone, right?
Gone.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be like, I found whatever watch, even if it's a Seiko. They're not gonna be like, here, have it back.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do at that point? You know,
Insane.
it's like
Wow.
fucking- yeah.
Wow.
So that guy, rough
Cool.
go for him.
Pray for him.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it. Let's
Cool, man.
let's wrap up, man. It was a
Sweet.
pleasure. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thanks for having me.
thanks for coming on, and hope
Little
to do
cheersies.
this. Yeah, cheers.
See, now you got the whiskey. I'm going to meet all the guys at the cigar lounge. Now.
Oh, you do cigars? I've never really been into it because I don't actually really like the
I
taste.
only
It's
got
just
into
cool,
it.
man.
I only got into it like last week. I have a client. He's a cardiologist. He's like,
Okay.
"Oh, let's go to the cigar lounge." I'm like, "All right, cool." And
Is
then
that a legit spot? Like,
Yeah,
is
it's
that
like-
what it's called?
yeah, it's at the casino. I don't know what it's called. We just call it the cigar lounge. Maybe it's just called the
Oh,
cigar. I don't know.
okay. So you can smoke cigars inside.
Yeah, it's like a little lounge, very intimate.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
You have to bring your own or like BYOC?
You used to be able to, and now
Bring
you
your
have to
own
buy them.
cigars?
It's like
Oh.
fucking some of them. It's anywhere from like probably 15 to like
Scotch and
150
cigars or something
bucks.
like that?
yeah, scotch and cigars
That's cool,
literally.
man.
So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's set up the link sometime.
yeah, let's
You're
do
a
it.
good golfer, right?
No,
What do you
high
doing here?
90s is being generous.
Oh, high 90s. Okay.
Generous.
I thought you were really sick, man.
no, like I'm a sick guy, but like
You're a sick guy. I thought just like for your IG, I thought you were a sick golfer.
no,
like,
fucking terrible.
Like 70s.
no. I got a membership at the Royal.
Okay.
And
You're insane. All right. Okay, continue.
I lied about my handicap because I thought they weren't gonna let me in if I was shit. And then like, hopefully no one sees this, but like, and then they were like, no, we only do that to match you with good golfers. So I was like, or like golfers of the same handicap. And I'm like, well, I'm about to get real fucking good real quick.
So you're still high 90s or you started there and you're really good now?
No, I'm like high 90s again, generous. I'll probably shoot between like 105 ish is probably like where
High
I'll
90s,
land.
105?
Yeah, a couple breakfast balls and
Okay, cool. Yeah, no. We all have a couple of mullies or so I'm like high 80s, mid 90s. So
Well,
I don't play like I've never played at your course. I like on a really challenging course. Yeah, it's probably closer to high 90s.
No, actually, I find I play better
Really?
because like it's a good course and like you care.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm playing at Rockin' with my boys and we're getting drunk and driving around. I'm like, oh, whatever, man. Like,
Oh shit, I thought that was a good course.
no, it is a really good course. I love that course. I'm playing there Saturday. But I
Okay.
mean, like the Royal's very like snobby and shit like that, right? Like,
yeah. No, because like I find like the nicer courses usually are longer. I'm not a super long hitter.
oh, I am.
Okay, you're a super long hitter.
If I can hit
But
it
you,
straight,
if you,
yeah.
you just can't control it that well, then.
Now
Because
this
if
year,
you're long and straight, then you're good.
yeah, this year
You're doing well?
No, like I figured out the drive a little bit better.
Okay.
But like sometimes, like I'll fucking last year I would go 6 fairways over to the
Oh
right.
my god, you're a lefty?
No, I'm a righty.
Okay.
And now it's like I'm pulling left now. So, but I get a couple free lessons at the Royal for signing up.
Oh, nice.
So we'll play there though. We'll get around.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
get me in?
Yeah, we can play there anytime.
Seriously.
Yeah, let's
I'm
do
down.
it.
Okay,
I'll,
Monday to Friday.
Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
sick.
Okay, let's wrap up with that. Let's wrap up with that. I'm going to the Royal. All right, peace. Thanks, man.